Admiral Sarah Chen stood at the observation deck of the UES Vigilant, her weathered face illuminated by the dying light of Proxima Centauri b. The colony below, once home to 3 million souls, lay in ruins. It was the fourth human settlement destroyed in as many weeks, each attack executed with surgical precision, leaving no survivors and no traces of the perpetrators. "Admiral, we've completed the preliminary scan," Lieutenant Commander Jackson reported, his holographic form flickering beside her. "Whatever hit New Athens, it wasn't like anything we've seen before. The energy signatures are alien." Chen's jaw tightened. 20 years of military service hadn't prepared her for this. The attacks had begun without warning, targeting humanity's most distant colonies first. No demands, no communication, just systematic destruction. "Show me the data," she commanded, and a series of complex patterns materialized in the air before her. The energy readings were unlike anything in the United Earth Federation's extensive database of known weapons signatures. "The peculiar thing," Jackson continued, "is how the destruction patterns suggest knowledge of human architecture and defensive systems. They knew exactly where to hit us." Chen's mind raced through the implications. Humanity had encountered other civilizations before, the merchant Karathi, the nomadic Zinfar, but none possessed this level of technological sophistication. This was something else entirely. "What about the quantum entanglement network?" she asked, referring to humanity's fastest means of interstellar communication. "That's the other thing, Admiral. Each attack was preceded by a complete communications blackout. Whatever they're using, it can disrupt our quantum links. We're effectively blind until they strike." The observation deck fell silent as Chen processed this information. Humanity had spread across 50 star systems, building a civilization that prided itself on resilience and adaptability. But now, facing an invisible enemy that could strike anywhere at will, even she felt a chill of uncertainty. "Admiral," a new voice cut through her thoughts. It was Dr. Elena Rodriguez, the Vigilant's chief xenobiologist. "We found something in the debris field, something organic." Chen turned to face the scientist's hologram, noting the unusual excitement in her typically composed demeanor. "The attack wasn't just about destruction," Rodriguez explained, bringing up a three-dimensional model of a microscopic structure. "They were sampling, testing. These molecular fragments suggest they were analyzing our biological makeup. Testing us." Chen's voice carried a hint of steel. "For what?" "That's the concerning part," Rodriguez continued. "The molecular markers indicate they're particularly interested in our adaptive capabilities, our ability to survive in hostile environments. They're studying us like we're some kind of experiment." The revelation hit Chen like a physical blow. Humanity had always considered itself special among the known species, having evolved on a world that many alien races considered barely habitable. Earth's high gravity, extreme climate variations, and diverse ecosystem had forged humans into one of the most adaptable species in known space. "Get me a secure channel to Earth Command," Chen ordered, her decision made. "And prepare the fleet for immediate deployment to all remaining outer colonies." As her officers rushed to comply, Chen's gaze returned to the devastated world below. Whatever these attackers were, whatever their purpose, they had made a crucial mistake. They had revealed their interest in human adaptability, the very trait that had allowed humanity to survive and thrive against all odds. "They want to study how we adapt," she murmured to herself. "Then we'll show them exactly what humanity does when backed into a corner." In the darkness of space, distant sensors detected new anomalies forming at the edge of human space. The silent threat was moving again, but this time, humanity would be ready. The true test of human resilience was about to begin. The holographic war room aboard the UES Vigilant hummed with tense energy as Admiral Chen faced the gathered fleet commanders. The latest projection showed 15 more colonies had gone dark in the past 72 hours. Nearly 40 million lives, snuffed out like candles in a storm. "They're not random attacks anymore," Chen declared, manipulating the star map with practiced gestures. They're hurting us, forcing our populations back toward Earth. Commander Maria Santos of the Latin American Defense Force leaned forward, her scarred face illuminated by the holographic display. The question is why? If they have the power to destroy us, why not just do it? The answer came in the form of a massive energy spike that sent every sensor in the fleet screaming. Space itself seemed to tear open, revealing a vessel that defied conventional physics. It was organic and mechanical at once, its surface rippling like liquid metal under an alien sun. This is the voice of the Nexus Collective. The transmission came through on all frequencies, its perfect translation suggesting they'd been studying human communications for far longer than anyone had suspected. Your species has been selected for assessment. Your biological adaptability is unprecedented. Chen's fingers tightened around the edge of the command table. This is Admiral Sarah Chen of the United Earth Federation. You've murdered millions of our people. Any assessment you wanted could have been achieved through peaceful contact. Peace. The alien voice carried what might have been amusement. Peace does not test limitations. Peace does not force evolution. Your species evolved on what we categorized as a death world, yet you not only survived but thrived. You've demonstrated remarkable resistance to environmental pressures that would destroy lesser beings. The implications hit everyone in the room like a physical blow. They weren't just being attacked. They were being studied, pushed to their limits by an ancient civilization that viewed younger species as laboratory specimens. The collective has existed for millions of your years, the voice continued. We shepherd the galaxy's evolution, culling the weak, preserving the strong. Those who survive our tests earn their place among the stars. Those who fail, the sentence needed no completion. Commander Santos slammed her fist on the table. We're not your lab rats. Humanity won't bow to. The transmission cut her off. Your defiance is noted, but irrelevant. The testing continues. Survive, adapt, or perish. The choice, as always, is yours. The alien ship vanished as suddenly as it had appeared, but its message left the war room in stunned silence. They were facing an enemy that didn't want to simply conquer or destroy them. They wanted to push humanity to its absolute limits, to see how far they could be pushed before breaking. Admiral, Dr. Rodriguez's voice cut through the tension. I think I understand their pattern now. Each attack has been progressively more sophisticated, designed to test different aspects of our defensive capabilities. They're not just studying our biology. They're studying our entire civilization's capacity for adaptation. Chen nodded slowly, her mind racing through the implications. Then we need to show them something they've never seen before. Something that proves humanity isn't just another species to be tested and categorized. Ma'am, Lieutenant Commander Jackson interrupted, his face pale. Long-range sensors are picking up massive energy signatures. They're preparing simultaneous strikes on all our remaining outer colonies. The room erupted in urgent activity as commanders rushed to coordinate their forces, but Chen remained still, her eyes fixed on the tactical display. The Nexus Collective had revealed themselves not out of necessity, but as part of their experiment. They wanted to see how humanity would react to the knowledge that they were being treated as test subjects. Dr. Rodriguez, Chen turned to the xenobiologist. You've been studying their tech. What are we really dealing with? Their technology appears to operate on principles we barely understand. Rodriguez explained. But there's something else. Their obsession with adaptation suggests they themselves might lack it. They're ancient, yes, but possibly stagnant. They study other species' ability to change because they've lost that ability themselves. A slow smile spread across Chen's face, not one of joy, but of grim determination. Then let's show them exactly what they're missing. Contact Earth Command. Tell them to initiate Project Phoenix. All of it. As the orders went out, Chen watched the tactical display light up with new enemy contacts. The Nexus Collective thought they were conducting a controlled experiment, but they were about to learn that humanity's greatest strength wasn't just their ability to adapt. It was their refusal to be controlled. "Let them come," she whispered, as the first shots of the real war began to fire across the stars. "We'll show them what happens when you back humanity into a corner." The breaking point had arrived, but it wasn't humanity that was about to break. Deep beneath the Martian surface, in a facility that officially didn't exist, Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood before a wall of stasis pods, each containing what might be humanity's last hope. The soldiers floating within weren't just elite warriors. They were the pinnacle of human adaptation, the result of Project Phoenix. "The latest neural scans are unprecedented," she reported to Admiral Chen's hologram. "The integration rates are beyond anything we thought possible. These men and women aren't just accepting the modifications, they're improving them." Chen's holographic form studied the pods with intense focus. "How many are ready?" 317, Rodriguez answered, each one representing a different approach to human enhancement. Some focused on physical adaptation, others on cognitive improvement. But all of them share one crucial trait: they can continue to evolve during combat. The project had been humanity's most closely guarded secret, started decades ago when they first realized they weren't alone in the universe. While the public focused on building ships and colonies, a select group of scientists had been working to push the boundaries of human potential. "Show me," Chen commanded. Rodriguez led the Admiral's hologram to a specific pod. Inside floated Captain Marcus Way, one of the first volunteers. His skin had a subtle metallic sheen, and beneath it, networks of enhanced muscle fiber and synthetic nerve clusters were visible. Captain Way's enhancements allow him to adapt to any environmental condition in real time, Rodriguez explained. Extreme heat, cold, pressure, radiation. His body reconfigures itself to not just survive, but thrive. But that's not the most remarkable part. She brought up Way's neural scans. The modifications are learning, evolving. Each challenge they face makes them stronger, more efficient. The Nexus Collective wants to study human adaptation. These soldiers adapt faster than anything they've ever encountered. Chen's hologram nodded slowly. And the risks? Significant, Rodriguez admitted. The enhancement process has a 30% mortality rate. Even successful candidates face enormous physical and psychological stress. But those who survive. She paused, choosing her words carefully. There's something new, Admiral. Not just enhance humans, but possibly the next step in our evolution. Before Chen could respond, alarms blared throughout the facility. Lieutenant Commander Jackson's hologram materialized, his expression urgent. Admiral, the collectives launched their attack. They'd broken through our outer defenses in 13 sectors. Chen's face hardened with resolve. Then it's time. Dr. Rodriguez, wake them up. All of them. The revival process was beautiful and terrifying to witness. As the stasis pods drained, 317 enhanced soldiers opened their eyes in perfect synchronization. Captain Wei was the first to step out, his movements fluid despite years in suspension. Admiral, his voice carried new harmonics, a side effect of his modified vocal cords. The Phoenix Corps await your orders. Chen addressed the gathered soldiers, her hologram standing tall among them. The enemy believes they're testing our ability to adapt. They see us as specimens in their grand experiment. Today, we show them their mistake. Today, we demonstrate that humanity doesn't just adapt. We evolve. We transform. We rise. The Phoenix soldiers moved with inhuman grace as they prepared for deployment. Their modified bodies hummed with potential, each one a unique combination of human determination and breakthrough biotechnology. Dr. Rodriguez, Wade turned to the scientist who had helped create him. You should know, we can sense each other. All of us. The modifications have created some kind of neural network between us. Rodriguez's eyes widened. This was an unexpected development, one that could change everything. A spontaneous adaptation, she whispered. You're already evolving beyond our designs. In orbit above Mars, Stealth transports waited to carry the Phoenix Corps into battle. They would be deployed strategically, striking at key points in the collective's invasion force. Each soldier was a weapon, a symbol, and a testament to humanity's refusal to be conquered. Remember, Chen's final words echoed through the facility. The collective believes they understand adaptation. Show them how wrong they are. Show them what humanity becomes when pushed to the edge of extinction. As the Phoenix soldiers boarded their transports, Dr. Rodriguez watched with a mixture of pride and apprehension. They were her creation, but they had already become something more than she had intended, something that even she couldn't fully understand. The Nexus Collective had wanted to study human adaptation. They were about to experience it firsthand, in all its terrifying glory. The void between Alpha Centauri and Earth's solar system erupted with light as the Phoenix Corps made their first strike. Captain Wei led the vanguard, his enhanced senses processing battlefield data at speeds that would have overwhelmed an unmodified human mind. The collective's ships loomed before them, their biomechanical hulls pulsing with ancient power. Neural network established. Wei communicated through the Phoenix Corps' shared consciousness. All units, commence Operation Thunderbolt. The enhanced soldiers moved as one, their specialized transport ships breaking formation with impossible precision. Each vessel carried a squad of Phoenix troops, each squad designed to exploit different weaknesses in the collective's defenses. Admiral Chen watched from the bridge of the UES Vigilant as the first wave engaged. "Show me what you can do," she whispered. The collective's response was immediate and overwhelming. Energy weapons capable of vaporizing conventional ships lashed out across space, but the Phoenix transports moved with uncanny anticipation, their pilots' enhanced reflexes allowing them to dance through the deadly barrage. They're adapting to our movement patterns. The collective's transmission carried a note of surprise. Impossible. Their neural responses are orders of magnitude faster than baseline human capability. Wei smiled as his squad's transport approached their target, one of the collective's massive command ships. "You wanted to study adaptation." He transmitted on all frequencies. "Study this." The Phoenix soldiers launched themselves into space, their modified bodies protected against vacuum by rapidly evolving layers of synthetic tissue. They moved like mercury across the hull of the collective vessel, their enhanced strength allowing them to tear through the biomechanical surface. Inside the collective ship, the alien crew faced something they had never encountered in millions of years of testing other species. The Phoenix soldiers weren't just fighting. They were learning, changing, becoming stronger with each passing moment. Their neural network allowed them to instantly share new adaptations across the entire course. Fascinating. The collective's voice echoed through their communications. "Your modifications, they're not static. They're evolving in real time." This was not predicted. Commander Santos, leading another Phoenix squad on the opposite side of the battlefield, broke through the hull of a different collective vessel. "That's humanity's true strength," she transmitted as her team engaged the enemy's internal defenses. "We don't just adapt to survive. We adapt to win." The battle spread across the star system as more Phoenix squads engaged their targets. Each soldier was a testament to human ingenuity, their bodies and minds enhanced in unique ways that complemented each other perfectly. Some could manipulate energy fields, others could interface directly with enemy technology, and still others demonstrated entirely new abilities that emerged in the heat of combat. Dr. Rodriguez monitored the battle from her station on Mars, her eyes wide as she processed the data streaming in. "The modifications are accelerating," she reported to Chen. "The neural network is allowing them to collectively evolve faster than we ever thought possible. They're not just sharing information. They're sharing adaptations." On the collective's command ship, Wei and his squad fought their way toward the central control chamber. The alien defenders were formidable, armed with technology that had subjugated countless species, but they had never faced anything like the Phoenix Corps. Their biological architecture. Wei communicated through the neural network as his body adapted to counter the collective's weapons. It's rigid, unchanging. They've sacrificed adaptability for power. The revelation spread through the Phoenix network instantly. The collective, for all their technological superiority, had engineered themselves into an evolutionary dead end. Their obsession with testing other species' adaptability stemmed from their own inability to change. Admiral Chen seized the tactical advantage. All Phoenix units pressed the attack. Show them what real evolution looks like. The battle reached its crescendo as hundreds of enhanced soldiers, now operating with perfect synchronization through their shared neural network, launched a coordinated assault on the collective's fleet. Their adaptations had grown exponentially, each soldier becoming more powerful as they learned and evolved together. The collective's perfectly ordered formations began to break. For the first time in their ancient history, they faced an enemy that could not only withstand their tests, but turned those very challenges into advantages. This, the collective's transmission, carried genuine alarm. This is beyond our parameters. They're not just adapting. They're transcending. As Wei's team finally breached the command center of the collective's flagship, he realized that humanity had done more than just survive their greatest challenge. They had proven that their potential for growth and change was limitless. The counterstrike had succeeded beyond anyone's expectations, but it had also revealed something profound about both humanity and their ancient adversaries. The final confrontation was approaching, and it would determine not just the fate of humanity, but the very future of evolution in the galaxy. The battle for humanity's future reached its climax in the heart of the collective's flagship. Captain Wei stood in the vast chamber of the ship's central consciousness, his enhanced body crackling with evolved abilities that even Project Phoenix's creators hadn't imagined possible. Before him, the true form of the collective revealed itself, a massive crystalline structure housing the merged consciousness of an entire ancient civilization. You have exceeded all parameters. The collective's voice resonated through the chamber. In millions of years of testing species across the galaxy, none have demonstrated such potential for growth. Wei felt the presence of every Phoenix Corps member through their neural network, their collective consciousness now rivaling the unity of the collective itself. Then end this, he demanded. Your experiment is over. No, the response came with devastating finality. You have proven yourselves too dangerous to exist. Your potential for advancement is uncontrollable. You must be eliminated. Throughout the star system, the remaining collective ships began a transformation. Their biomechanical forms shifted, revealing weapon systems that could tear apart the fabric of space itself. They had been holding back, and now they would unleash their full power. Admiral Chen's voice cut through the Phoenix Corps' neural network. They're targeting Earth directly. Energy readings are off the scale. Dr. Rodriguez's analysis followed immediately. The weapons they're charging could crack our planet's core. Even with all our adaptations, we couldn't survive that. Wei studied the crystalline structure before him, his enhanced mind processing countless possibilities. Through the neural network, he felt a sudden realization ripple through the Phoenix Corps. They had evolved beyond what anyone had expected, but their greatest adaptation wouldn't be physical. You fear us because we represent everything you lost. Wei transmitted to both the collective and his fellow soldiers. You engineered yourselves to perfection, but in doing so, you lost the ability to change, to grow, to evolve. The Phoenix soldiers across the battlefield moved as one, their shared consciousness reaching a singular decision. They had evolved not just to fight, but to save, to protect, to sacrifice. Admiral, Wei communicated to Chen, get our ships clear, all of them. What we're about to do, there won't be time to escape. Commander Santos, fighting elsewhere in the flagship, understood immediately. The neural network, if we overload it, we can create a cascade effect through their entire biomechanical system, Wei confirmed. Our evolved abilities interfacing directly with their technology. We'll take their entire fleet with us. Chen's voice carried both pride and grief. There has to be another way. There isn't, Wei responded, as the Phoenix Corps moved into position throughout the collective's fleet. But that's okay. This is what evolution is about. Adaptation for the survival of the species, not the individual. The collective sensed their intention too late. You cannot. The energy release would destroy you completely. Way finished. Your perfect, unchanging form against our capacity for ultimate adaptation. Let's see which proves stronger. Through their neural network, the Phoenix Corps acted in perfect synchronization. Each enhanced soldier pushed their modifications beyond their limits, their evolved abilities creating an electromagnetic cascade that interfaced with the collective's biomechanical technology. The reaction was instantaneous. Energy surged through the neural network, amplified by hundreds of enhanced soldiers working as one. The collected ships began to break apart as the power surge overwhelmed their ancient systems. This is humanity's gift to you. Wei transmitted his final message as the cascade reached its peak. One last lesson in adaptation. The explosion that followed was visible across multiple star systems. The collective's fleet, their consciousness, and the brave soldiers of the Phoenix Corps vanished in a burst of light that would be studied by astronomers for centuries to come. On the bridge of the UES Vigilant, Admiral Chen watched in solemn silence as the light faded, revealing empty space where two mighty forces had clashed. Dr. Rodriguez's readings confirmed what they already knew. There would be no more tests, no more experiments. The collective was gone. They evolved beyond even our expectations, Rodriguez said softly. Not just physically, but emotionally, ethically. They became what humanity needed them to be. Chen nodded, her eyes fixed on the spot where hundreds of heroes had made their final adaptation. Send word to Earth Command. The war is over. And make sure every record shows what really happened here. Not just the victory, but the cost. The Phoenix Corps didn't just save humanity. They proved what we're truly capable of. As the human fleet regrouped and began the long journey home, the stars seemed somehow brighter. The Phoenix Corps had demonstrated that humanity's greatest strength wasn't just their ability to adapt and survive, but their willingness to sacrifice everything for a future they would never see. In the end, they had taught both humanity and their ancient adversaries the same lesson. True evolution isn't just about becoming stronger or more powerful. It's about becoming what you need to be, when you need to be it, no matter the cost. The age of testing was over. The age of humanity had begun.